All right, a lot of us have logs laying around and we want to make something out of them. We want to put a simple wood spirit or something on them. So let me show you how I would do something like that, and it'll make it a lot easier for you to, get a wood spirit on any piece of wood. You can have any log, and the basic thing is to cut this, like this piece right here is cracked down the middle. I could cut it flat on the back, depends on how thick of wood you're working with, but basically you want to shape it into a wedge. All right, and you could do this, just walk up to any log, and I'm going to show you that later, where you can just cut a wedge shaped piece of wood out of the log, keep it flat on the back, and you have yourself a piece of wood to make a wood spirit in. All right, this right here, since it's a full log and it's only about 6 inches around, I'm just going to show you with the chainsaw quick how to do that, and then maybe we'll see how good the wood is inside, and maybe we'll make a wood spirit. So with that said, I'm going to get my chainsaw here. I'm just going to, right from down the center here, I'm going to shape it this way and just try to form a piece of wedge wood out. That right there is all you need. All right, if I move the camera to show you, hold on here, all right, and we come over here, all right, all I did was shape that into a point. Okay, see that? So it's a wedge shape now. Now I could cut this, I could take it and cut it flat on the back, all right, and it would hang on the wall. And any cracks or anything over here, I'm not even worried about, because I could come right to here where this crack is and take my saw and run straight across, and I'll still have this piece all the way down that I could shape a wood spirit out of. Okay, so I just might do that, take that crack out, and then I know whatever I have left, I can make a wood spirit out of. But if you walk up to a log, like I said, you just cut here, and go on the back and cut that flat. You take that piece out, you can put it in your vise, and you have yourself a nice little chunk of wood to make a wood spirit out of with your Dremel, okay, or your hand tools. All right, so that's what we're going to do here. So I'll get my chainsaw, I'll come over here to the side, and you only need, 2 to 3 inches thick, if you want to hang these wood spirits on the wall. Like I said, you can do this out of any log. I'm just using my little battery powered steel to cut this flat on the back. I'm going kind of corner to corner in the back and making it a nice little 3-inch thick piece, something like that. And should work out pretty good, as long as the wood is good, which it does look pretty good. I do have a knot at the top right there, but the rest of it I can make a nice little wood spirit out of. We'll clean it up and stick it in the vise, and we'll try to carve this up with the Dremel. So let's see how long it actually takes to rough out this little piece of cedar here that we just cut. I'm using my Dremel 4000. I have a saber-tooth bit in it. It's the coarse bit, and I'm just gonna let it run, and we're gonna sit here and right there we got a knot. See, so I'm gonna just bypass that, and I'll carve underneath that, and we'll probably make another wizard or something with a hat, a little wood spirit here, and I'll just carve beneath that knot, and that'll solve that problem. Now this right here piece I think is around 10 or 12 inches long, so I'm gonna go beneath that knot so I don't have to worry about it. And it looks like the wood's cleaning up pretty good underneath that, so we're just gonna quick shape a quick little face in here. Now holding it in the vise like this, I gotta use 2 hands. It's if I put my other hand on the wood, it's just gonna be in your way, so I'm trying to do it with 2 hands. But it'll be a lot easier to clean them up when I'm done, and he'll go pretty quick, because this cedar will carve nice and fast. Alright, but I'll show you just how quick it is to get your rough out in with the little saber-tooth bit and your Dremel. I mean, it's not going to take much. We already got a nose shaped here. You know, and that's about where I'm going to put that. And then I'll take it out of the vise when I have them roughed out, and I'll hold it in my hand, and I'll be able to rotate the piece, and it'll be a lot easier to just finish it off. But it really doesn't take much, guys, to rough out a wood spirit once you have the piece of wood, especially if it's shaped into a wedge shape like we just did here. I'm just putting 2 marks there about where I want to put the wings of his nose, and we'll dig them in a little bit. And I'm just trying to get the rough features in here, so when I take it out of the vise, I can hold it in my hand and finish all the detail. But I like to get my rough out first, you know, while I'm holding it in the vise, like I'm doing here. Okay. And then once I get all the basic dimensions and stuff and the design on the wood, then I'll take it out and I'll get my hand tools and maybe another small saber tooth or cut saw bit, and you know, we'll clean them up and boom, they'll be done. This whole project right here is probably going to take me less than 20 minutes to a half an hour. I'll probably do 2 of these every hour, and that's from start to finish. So like I said, I mean, if you're doing 2 an hour and you take them to a market or a flea market, or you sell them in your Etsy shop, whatever you choose, and whatever way you choose to, you know, move your items, if you are selling them, which eventually they'll build up, and I'm sure you will start selling them. You know, if you get halfway decent at them, why not, you know? But if you're doing 2 an hour, I mean, hey, even if you were selling them for $10 a piece, that's $20 an hour. I mean, you really can't beat that, you know? But we'll make him so we can move him for at least 35, 40 bucks, you know? So consider that $80 an hour, you know? So, and if you can move them, hey, you got yourself a nice little side hustle, okay? So that's all we're doing here. Boy, look at that smoke when I run that through. This cedar's pretty dry. This log's just been laying around. It was in my pile, and I was like, boy, that thing's all cracked up. I guess I'll just cut pieces off of it and make wood spirits out of it. So that's what I'm doing here, and I figured I'd tape while I did it, because a lot of people are jonesing for wood, like I am all the time. But whenever I run into problems and I don't have wood, I'll look through my log pile and I'll start cutting slices off like this. And once you cut a slice of wood off and you got a nice little wedge shape, you just cut it flat on the back, make it a wall hanger, and bam, you got yourself some wood spirit wood. So don't think just because those logs look a little bit funky, you know, or they're cracked up and you can't use them, you don't have to make a chainsaw carving out of them. Grab that wood, slice it up, utilize what you got out there, and make yourself some wood spirits. These could become Santa Clauses. You could do little owl carvings. You could do whatever you want with the wood. I mean, I'm just showing you how I would just use it to make some wood spirits and to get some, you know, use out of the wood, instead of just throwing it away or letting it rot. You know, I mean, I got to clean up this whole yard now from winter. I got a mess in my tent, as you can see all around me, but I have a lot of pieces of wood like this. I'm just going to utilize them. I'm going to start cranking out wood spirits. So expect to see a lot of them, and I'll show you what I'm doing as we go. But that's what I'm going to be doing here. As you can see, it doesn't take long to shape out a quick wood spirit. Now, I could take my hand tools, or I could just take him out of the vise, or keep him in the vise. Keep working on him a little bit, and make myself a nice little wood spirit. All from that little chunk of piece. That little piece of wood that I just cut off a log that otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to carve, because it just had a crack running right through the center and all over the place. Okay, so that's pretty much all I want to show you here. I'll carve him up and put him in the box and sell him, you know, at the flea market, or stick him on eBay or whatever. But you can see it doesn't take long to rough out a wood spirit with the Dremel. And if you have logs laying around and they're not quite good for chainsaw carving, don't forget, you can always take some pieces off and use your Dremel. So it's just a quick little tip. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. Join me again, and we'll see what else we can come up with. Talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.